You could also play Aphelios Thresh. Jinx, not exactly the same idea.
Jinx is...
I mean, you have a lot of dive and setup to get her excited. You have a lot of CC, and she has great follow-up, so when she gets that rapid-fire cannon spike, like Jinx Thresh is pretty good. I would have liked the Draven or the Aphelios here
Jinx
if we're going to play
Blitz,
this.
not Blitz. You don't want to play Blitz into Cassante Gragas.
Thresh is amazing for Annie, too, because it allows Annie to go super far up and look for CC, and then she can just zip back to the Thresh if it's not looking like it's going to be good. If it's not looking like it's going to work out. So I love this. This is what T1 does in LCK all the time. They played almost exactly this comp last week against D+.
And it's going to be Duro that's playing the Blitzcrank in here. So Zeri Blitzcrank, it is actually an LCK composition.
And you have enough lane control with Jinx Thresh to actually just be able to afford to back like this. And there's no threat with the Zeri, unfortunately, so... Okay, this is interesting. I didn't expect this.
I mean...
There's no ward here.
Would try to get some summoners out of the bottom lane. We do have Guwon down here as well. Just placed a ward so they know he's around. How long is the Gambit going to last? How long will Forest stay in the bottom lane? This looks suspicious.
Oh
okay,
my god, the timing.
The flash play, but he's going to miss the hook and the flash on in. And it doesn't matter. First blood goes to Bout, which is a little bit unfortunate, but a nice setup here from the T1 bottom
Holy hell,
side.
man, the timing. If his positioning is worse, if he doesn't have cleanse, maybe the game is over, actually, because he will lose tons of farm. But still, an early assist to the Jinx who's sitting on Cole feels nice.
Oh, hello. Guwon trying to get on in there, as we are going to have some dented blows into the Wukong as Bey flashes from the Blitzcrank, who did not have flash. Kind of confusing, as Guwon can just... Oh, nice try, but he will flash away from the hook, as Bout was also making his way into mid.
Age angle anymore with the Tibbers coming up at level 6.
Life really trying to force this into the enemy jungle.
I actually really like this from Hanwha Life. You know, they have a really good skirmishing comp early on.
They're going to get the Thresh, and that should be enough CC to 100 to 0 him. He is so low and gets hit by a barrel.
Romer still
and
has
down
ult.
he goes. Bey trying to make his way in with the Tibbers. There is the cask, and Forest is going to go down too. Double kill here as T1 filter in one by one. Tibbers not nearly going to be enough damage here with only Catalyst, as that is 3 kills, and one of them fed over to Lure.
This is T1 really losing a lot of early game control in this draft that this frankly didn't need to happen. I think a lot of this is down to Bey getting engaged on Duro. Once again on this comfort pick Blitzcrank he hasn't lost on yet. 3-0 on the season. Roams over there, gets a flash early, so not a huge lead there. One goes to Lure, helps him catch up, but it's not like HLE could snowball. They got map control, but they weren't able to set up any of those dives, so...
I think they're going to give the Drake and look for a pick on bot. Especially because Hanwha Life Esports doesn't look like they're actually committing to any bot side plays themselves as a team. So, well, I say that, here comes Guwon. Might have a little bit of a 3-on-3 down here as Smash and Bout playing very far forward. The flash on in, they're trying to 100 to 0 him, but the damage is not focused as down will go Forest. And they don't end up killing anyone, as meanwhile on the top side, Rooster just gonna solo kill
I'm gonna
cannon.
need a replay of that one. I'm gonna need a replay of that one.
Yeah,
that
should be dead, I'd imagine. Yeah, Tibbers as down.
He's gonna die.
Yeah, he should be dead. Right. It'll be interesting to see how they do as Hex flash over the wall. And they're trying to gank a Cassante. The timing of it is nice.
They
See
have
if it works out.
OTE for Romer is almost got it, but not in time.
There's the stun, just trying to 100 to 0 him as, yep, taking a ton of damage. Down he goes. Very nicely done. A 4-man dive in the top lane.
And let's see what HLE can get done cross map here. Not a whole lot, actually. It should be a turret going over. The bottom turret is high health. This mid turret is going to take a lot of damage. Dull does have ult. Thought maybe he would actually commit, but he does not. So on one hand, I don't like it, but on the other hand, you don't have any ult. You know, you lost a lot of map control from your play top side. So HLE, there's just no vision here. Walking into HLE's comp with Blitzcrank, Gragas, Wukong that they just straight up face planted on in the last bottom side exchange. You know, he's very good. His Q does a lot of damage. He's good for lane, but team fighting isn't guaranteed. His Rooster is once again going to be dope.
Yeah, I think this time he's got a better chance, but will it be good enough? Flash, hook, as in goes Tibbers. Bey is committing, and it's not really going to amount to too much. They will be able to get this bottom turret, though. kind of like what T1 are doing, looking for picks in this manner, but
This I am concerned about, because now HLE gets to say, you have to fight me here no matter what. T1 could have looked for a skirmish here and maybe tried to force something, because T1's not getting any cross map. They're not getting any inners here. They weren't able to get the mid turret. You give this up, you don't get anything. And now HLE get to say, you have to fight for the next streak or you lose the game.
you know, bit by bit, we watch the objectives fall into the hands of Home Life Esports, and those team fights get more and more difficult.
Oh, but HLE is going to start Baron now. This is actually crazy. And T1 are like totally out of position, trying to get through this choke point.
Somebody's got to check. It's going to be Forrest. He's going to get hooked, and he looks to be dead as the cast comes in. And actually, he will survive. His TP.
TP in the middle of nowhere.
Dahl's like, ah!
That's not the flank TP I was talking about. And they just walked into a choke point against this HLE comp because they have no vision.
Yeah, somebody's got to check, but this is...
Somebody has to check, but like you should have been doing, when you had topside control with your cannon, you should have warded. Okay, well, or did they?
I don't...
Oh my god,
well,
Valdez.
it seems like they have an idea, and they're playing it very carefully.
There's a ward ping there, so I think they know, and they're just going to hide.
Yeah.
Good check from Rooster.
The Mountain Rift actually makes this even more annoying. There's like so many extra rocks and little things here. As Lure's just going to go over and solo a Mountain Soul.
This is smart. Now, if T1 realize this, if they realize this, they can actually just start the Baron, but during this neutral fight, it's really good for HLE.
Here comes Lure. He's pulling off of it, wanting to go for the 5v5 as the hook comes in. Now they look for the turn. They try to blow him up, and they do! Duro is down! As another hook comes in, Rooster is alone. Where's the follow-up from Hamalai? Finally, Lure gets over.
He's
now we do have a front line, but that front line is getting ripped to shreds by Dahl. They take out the Gragas, and T1 find a 2-for-1, and maybe they can go for the Baron now.
This is a risky Baron call, but there's no Wukong ultimate. Guan is super low. It looks like he's just going to look for the steal angle here. They need this area to do damage. TP in the pit.
Oh, they're just going to flip it. Here comes Guan. Let's see if it goes, and it goes to the Annie. Annie picks it up, and that should be a double kill. Yes, it will be, as a rocket follows. The Jinx with 3 items is excited, and T1 take the Baron. T1 were given inch by inch, a little bit of extra time, Home Life Esports could not quite put the nail in the coffin. And we were talking about this the entire lull state, the entire 10-15 minutes where nothing was happening, and Home Life didn't take the Baron. They didn't get the soul. Let's see if they can take the fight. The fight is pretty good here. It's the Timbers and the Maelstrom layered on top of each other are just massive. Guys, I think we got another team into round 2 of playoffs. T1 take out 4, and they will push with Baron to try to end.
Oh, definitely going to be endable here. As Guan looked for the flash engage, but they went straight into a Cannon Annie. And that is going to be the end of the series. HLE just not clutch when it counts most, as Rooster is going to flash the cupcake.
Nice
go down.
T1 is going to take this round of the playoffs in a 3-0 fashion. Unbelievable.
Only one person predicted this outcome. He's sitting right next to me.
It was like a meme thread. I'm like, there's no way this actually happens in Challengers, but it did. T1 get a couple of draft wins in 2 games, and then they just outplay the late game against Home Life. They outplay that kind of slow macro game.
If you're listening, top.
Yeah.
I think some people will vote for mid as well in this game. I think that's a reasonable vote, but I think some of the mistakes that were made from Bay pushed me away from it.
I
went top.
I don't think I want to vote for Bay in this game. I'm going to go top as well. Yeah.
But
that early game was just a little bit rough.
This is one of those moments where, like...
Oh, Bout. Oh, man, maybe it was Bout. The hooks were really good.
They were good, but...
I mean, at the same time, though, they had vision. Like, it was pretty straightforward. Like, it was a good play, but he was kind of, like, doing solid thresh plays rather than, like, carrying the game, you know? And Dahl's going to pick it up. I think Bout's probably going to get a lot of votes. We don't know, like, about the votes or whatever, but Dahl, after going 0-10 on Sion, and that being a key part of their Game 1 and Game 2 drafting, he gets the victory in the POG
when you see
Game 3.
And when you see 2 Rockets coming through from Smash in this game where they have no vision of Baron whatsoever, no real vision in the jungle, like, he's checking while also potentially looking for a steal, but he's also, like, they could be hiding in the jungle in any of these areas towards the Baron, so he's checking in that line to see. But that basically means T1 had given up Baron. They're like, they're getting it. We're not contesting. It's not going to happen. Let's push.
10% health.
Yeah.
No flash.